here and in the diaspora, my delegation, leaders of the FDC and my family present here. Today I came to this nomination a prisoner. While trying to access my office in Najanankumbi to get vital documents for what has happened here today, I was kidnapped by the security forces, forced into a saloon vehicle, brutalized. I wear a lot of bruises on my body and I feel body pain. I come here without shoes, not because it is my choice to walk barefoot, but this shows the kind of dictatorship that we are up against. We have always, as the FDC, preached to Ugandans and said to them that Mr. Museveni now runs a fully-blown dictatorship. And if you cannot believe, as a Ugandan out there, can I have this raised a bit? It's quite short. And if any Ugandan out there doesn't believe, see what has happened to a presidential candidate, a prospective president of Uganda, who can be treated this way. I would like to assure the people of this land that despite what happens to us in the struggle, many have been maimed and killed. Others have been gone to prison because of the struggle to liberate this country. We as the FDC will never give up until the yoke of dictatorship is removed from the necks of the people of this country. Today I was just saying to the chairman of the Electoral Commission, he needs to do something about this. Because then, if nothing happens, the election that we are going into will not be a normal election. And therefore, it is almost a fait accompli, even before the process of soliciting for votes commences. And therefore, my call to Ugandans is that change is not going to come on a silver platter. The brutality of Mr. Museveni, supported by a partisan police and security system, is something that we have got to deal with. This is not a matter of only we in the political front line. It is going to be a matter of every Ugandan who continues to suffer. My candidature, fellow countrymen, ladies and gentlemen, represents the 90% of people who continue to suffer. My candidature is against the 1% of Ugandans who are responsible for the suffering of the 90%. My candidature is about dealing with those 99% who facilitate the dictator and his cohorts. And so we go into this election, of course, working for a win. But if this does not come, then the dividend about it should be for us to rally support of the population and ensure that this country is given back to the people. My slogan in this campaign is building a new Uganda. That Uganda that is going to be equal for everybody. That Uganda that is going to address the needs of this peasant living deep in my village. That person who makes a living, wakes up every day, goes to work to ensure that they provide a service to the people of this country, and yet do not get paid sufficiently. My candidature is about this woman who, when she goes to deliver, risks dying. You know that in this country, 17 women die every day out of childbirth. And yet, we have people receiving preferential treatment out there in foreign countries at the expense of common Ugandans. This candidature is about this young person whose family sells everything that they have, including land, to attain education in university, and yet at the end of the day comes back home without a job and becomes a nuisance. The power candidature is about education, getting a population that can then be able to contribute effectively to the running of this country. This is not going to be achieved easily. We are aware that the dictator has all the money that is going to deploy in this campaign. He has the security services that is going to deploy in this campaign. He has got a network of bootlickers whom he is going to deploy in this campaign. But our comfort is that we have the people on our side. These are the people who are going to cause change in this country. And so my clarion call to all Ugandans is that we go into this election struggling for the future of Ugandans and struggling for the future of those who come after us and those who come after them. Fellow citizens, at this point, may I announce that we will be unveiling our manifesto in a matter of 1 week. And the unveiling of the manifesto is going to take place in the Eastern District of Soroti, where I was born and started my political journey. And so at that point, we'll be explaining to Ugandans how we will achieve whatever promise we have made to the nation of Uganda in the next 5 years. My presidency is going to be a presidency of lean everything. And therefore, those of you who believe in, big things, this presidency is not going to be for you. We are therefore going to cut costs on expenditure. We are going to run a lean government so that the money that is freed will go to assist our people who are suffering in villages. This presidency is going to toe the line of the FDC. And for us, we have zero tolerance to corruption. And therefore, this is a strong message to those of you who think this is going to be a joking matter. Things have to change for the good of our country. We will be coming out there to you, my dear friends, fellow Ugandans, to preach a message of hope. We'll be coming to all the corners of this country to ensure that we inform you about our manifesto, which is going to be mainly on policy shifts. A shift in policy in education, a shift in policy in the provision of social services, a shift in policy in how we do business and commerce, and we will be standing on 3 pillars as we do this. Pillar number 1 is the pillar that we choose to call transition. And in this, there is a lot of things that we intend to do to restore good governance, the rule of law in Uganda. That has been destroyed by the current regime. Pillar number 2 is going to be a pillar that addresses the effects of COVID. And therefore, we think that something needs to be done to ensure that we bring our people back on track in as far as their livelihoods are concerned. The third pillar of the campaign that we are going to run is a minimum agenda for service delivery to our people. And so I would like to call on all Ugandans to rally behind us, the FDC, to rally behind the presidency of power so that this may be achieved. I know that in the minds of many, you might say, well, this is just an attempt like any other, because you think that the FDC has been in the field many, many, many times. But I want to remind Ugandans watching and listening to me that the FDC actually won the election of 2016 by 52.8%. It is that victory that we pursue beginning today. It is that victory that we seek to reclaim beginning now. It is that victory that we seek to give back to the people of this beloved country, the Pearl of Africa. And so, prepare yourselves. It's not business as usual. We have announced the campaign.
Tulaba okyali ku BBS Telefine nyini yaffe ey'obwakabaka bwa Buganda tukyagenda maaso kutuusaako byonna ebigenda mu maaso mu kisaawe kya Vaawo Mpitewo wakati mu kweteekerateeka akalulu 220. Ebifaananyi byola ku terefayinayo rather ebyo biri magere eri maka ga Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Poliisi yamuvuze okutuuka mu maka ge naye bw'atuuse ku gate n'agamba enteekateeka yange yakugenda kamwokya kwogera n'abalonzi bange nga ne General Museveni bwe yagenze Munyonyo n'ayogera n'abantu be n'alonkinga manifesto. Kyagulanyi agaanye okuyingira kati simanyi ndowooza abadde agezaako kuddayo mu kibuga Kampala kwegobagana kwolaba abamawulire bagezaako to capture every moment okugikutuusaako mu mawulire gaffe ag'enjawulo naye nga awo tuli mu Kyadondo East Magere emaka ga Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi ekyo kyalo kye agaanye okuyingira waka security emugamba ssebo ojja kuyingira tukuleese. Simanyawo security waliwo otugenda ku kibuuzo kyoli yabuuzizza nti bamuwadde security van eriko ne ba sharp shooters kakati ababayamba ki mu mbeera eno kati bebawa abantu bano ba poliisi they are also police officers kuba ndowooza bava mu kirogo ekyanjawulo either bano bakaba VVIP very very important personnel. Nja kwongera okittanyaako nga tukomawo kyuma kya Yesu naye wuuyaawo katugende wa boy tumalize speech ye kubanga nkulu nnyo nga candidate oluvannyuma tukomewo tuttaanye ensonga.
Behind the FDC, I want to thank you all. I want to thank my family who are present here, represented by my wife, who have been supportive of whatever I do. I want to thank common Ugandans who have received us in all forms wherever we have gone across this country. To you, I would like to say awadifo. Apoyo matek. Elagara noi. Yalama noi. Mwewale ino. Mwewale munonga. Mwewale nyo. Asante sana. God bless you all. God bless our country. God bless the FDC. And I dare to say, one Uganda, one people, Ra, Cha, power, 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 power. Thank you very much.
Kamu akavunaanyizibwa akafaayo mu mawulire ag'ebyokulonda ebifaananyi byolaba ku screen yo gye twawuddemu biri Magere ebirala biri Kyambogo University Sports Ground. Tiimu high power delegation ya power eye emaze okuva mu media center bagenda kwolekera okufuluma awo katusuubire bw'anaabaddayo luli bagyemu ngato anasigaza emisipi n'empale tumusabira atuke bulungi ateeseteese okugenda naye ategeeza campaign launch ye rather manifesto launch yanga ya sabiti ejja egenda kubeera essoroti. Nze Stephen Dunstan Busulwa tuli wano ku mwaliro ogusooka ogw'amasengere ku BBS Telefine ekitebe kyaffe ekikulu ekisangibwa nga mu studio ndimu ne mwami Maurice Mukiibi ne mwami Gerald Katumba nga tweyama okutuusaako ekigenda mu maaso. Embeera eri emagere tejjaako candidate eddembe lye kubanga yateeseteese genda kamwokya ate kati bamuvuze bamututte magere mukitunulamu mutya mmwe?
Ekyamazima bwe kibanga buli candidate yabadde alina enteekateeka ye oluvannyuma lw'okuba nti awandiisibwa nga bwe twakirabye nti olunaku lw'eggulo Yoweri Kaguta Museveni bwe yamaliriza yagenze mu Nyonyo n'asinkana abamu ku n'alunkinga manifesto ye mu ngeri y'emu n'eno tumukunde ye yazze gye yasimbudde era abantu be n'abategeeza enteekateeka ye zagenda okuba nayo. Mugisha Muntu yayogeddeko eri abantu ne n'agamba naye ajja kuba n'enteekateeka. Ku mulundi guno Robert Kyagulanyi bwe banga enteekateeka yo yabadde eri official tekiba kya buvunaanyizibwa ate mugaana kusinkana abantu be nga badde bamulinze wali ekamwokya ate butereevu n'ojja emagere kuba n'emagere ekiriwo ku ssaawa ya leero gye bujja mu maaso mugenda kulaba abantu abangi abagenda okuŋŋaanirayo oba oli leero kati kubeera batandise dde okujja nti kyobadde otaseeka mwokya ate okireese emagere era mu ngeri y'emu kuba abantu adde bamugoberera bonna be bamanya nti omukwasiza magere era bagenda kujja magere. Ye mukulu Mwesigye ndowooza si yali mu kakiiko ogamba Pastor Kabuleta yasembayo
kakati
Mwesigye
yali mu nomination tent kasaawe okulaba ng'akolebwako akyoyogedde kituufu enamba etandise okusowalinga
egenda kuwera n'okusingako awo
kiyinza okuleetera ebyokwerinda akaseera akazibu nga abantu balowooza balemesezza muntu waabwe kakati nno bino olumu biyamba no to popularize the candidate oyo aba alabika ng'atulugunyizibwa bamuyita Fred Mwesigye yali mu tenti bw'avaako tugenda kufuna Kabuleta oba Mao
Kabuleta yaliyo ku ssaawa 9 kiba kitegeeza singa Robert Mao aba agenda kujja abajja oluvannyuma lwa Kabuleta
oboolyawo ababiri abatasobola olunaku lw'eggulo nabo bayinza okuba nti bagenda kujja
tewali agenda kukomawo kwabo
abo baika bayegadde kukola ku mawulire nakubeerako mu byafaayo kubanga candidate ayagala okwesiima neweerabye okusasa obukadde 2 oli naga nazze nabo naye ate teyabutulazeeko
okusinziira ku kigenda maaso ndowooza ne Mwesigye ebintu bye byandikirizibwa olw'okuba nti ndaba sigini kyatandise okuluma ku mpapula ezo zireeteddwa tulinde tulabe embeera bwenebeera naye
Carlton. Come here. Mbadde mmenyese sekonkwatiyeko nsibe bulungi akantu kano ku mutwe abaana oba lwaki bakuba emmotoka ya poliisi abasajja bajja kukuba kiri ekyo bajja kutukuta leero Alex. Alex. Mwana mubeyo. Kati luna lutalo. This is our now. This is our business for all years. But now it's the time now we should have close out our rights. This is a battle now. This is a battle. Buna mai nasi bakubira mu kibuga buli butandika. Batukubye neti ya gati muno. Lwaki gavumenti etuyisa bubi? Gambo oyo takasuka mayinja. Mugambe takasuka oyo. Twagala president. Anti mugambe abantu abo tebakasuka mayinja.
Mpita ambassador wa Fabesi na Tete naye kumukulembeze tuli bakambwe.
We have tugenda kumulonda ate tumuteekeko.
Agono masasi. Ago masasi agali waggulu. Wabula nkulali akuya basuni balenga kuba wele bankwata bakagende kankuba mwaliridda mukubirawa kubirawo tumulanga bunsika kubanga byokubye protocol ndikuye mukubera nsika bana gele kwa bakini nende oma Suleji.
Tugenda kuzikiza.
Tadali kuzikiza nabo badani. Tadali kuzikiza.
Tunakuja kwa mikondana. Tunakwenda kuangalia hanjaulo. Mambo ya tia gas okugirwa na kwatia gas. Lunga lugo bakumanana. Bangwesta. Ola bali sio kukali yao. Bangwesta sama kukali yao. Tusama kukali. Mabegeyo. Tusama kukali mabegeyo. Tusama jamani hapo ndio kwanza sio pita. Jamani hapo tusama. Babula kama manya isio kwa mjo kumakachi wanao. naye abaana mubagambe tebakuba mayinja bakuba mayinja olaba naffe butukubiddemu wali Mana yakagera ku munara sala wonna ku munara onala ne kusala ko Nela bambadde mmenyese Mbuto okuva gulu omusajja atunuzza ekimundu munze Fikira mbadde kukikomera waggulu ngambye obwomu nga ndaba wa military akitunuzza gyendi bagitabuse nembuukayo
simanyi oba obadde nakumpewo
and also attend meetings on your behalf where necessary. Secondly, you are to avail the Commission with the schedule of your campaign meetings and media program as soon as practicable to facilitate the smooth harmonization of all the candidates' campaign programs countrywide. Thirdly, you have to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program and adherence to the campaign guidelines, including the COVID-19 standard operating procedures. You are also urged to caution your supporters or to resist or avoid luring or inciting your supporters to gather in too large numbers as you wave through the roof of your vehicle, because that one is one of the risks that can spread that can lead to the spread of COVID-19. So please comply with the law, observe the guidelines, and everything will be well in your endeavor. So you are now a duly nominated presidential candidate. Congratulations. Next, we are going to hand over to you the security vehicle, as the MC has indicated, together with the personnel for the vehicle and also for your security at home. Can we go now? First of all, can you step forward and receive the declaration as well as your original documents? Please step forward. Candidate Katumba John.
The nominated candidate now, Katumba John, can be accompanied by the rest of his entourage to the parking area as guided by protocol to receive your facilitation in the form of a vehicle and security detail. Thank you very much.
Kivunanyizibwa ku byokulonda ekya Electoral Commission.
Alright, Buterevu, BBS Telefina kwokyali, we are live, loud and clear, nga tukuweereza ebigenda mu maaso mu vaawo mpiteo 2-20 Kyambogo University Sports Grounds eri okusunsula abaagala okwesimba ku President oyo Mwami John Katumba myaka emeka?
Myaka 24.
Myaka 24 ayagala ba President bw'eggwanga Uganda era se batuukiriza ebisanyizo byonna ebyetaagisa n'afuna certificate emukkiriza ogenda okuvuganya.
Katumba afunye omukisa
era
mukulondo okubadde kujja kubeerawo
Katumba tumuwulire.
You can call me Katumba John, and now I'm a fully nominated candidate